So in today's video, we're going to go over automation in Make.com for how you can save your incoming invoices and receipts from Gmail and save them up to your Google Drive, and also then filtering them based on your own requirements. So now first, what we're going to do is we're going to create a filter and label in our Gmail. This is going to make it easier for us in our Make scenario later to look for the specific emails we want. Now, how to create the filter for only filtering invoices and receipts in this case. We would like to then click on this show search options icon, and then here I'm going to create our filter. So we're going to look for invoices that has the words invoice or receipts in it. So we need to then divide these words by or, this or, in the capitalized. It's very important because then now Gmail will look for only these two type of words. Then we create this filter, and we're going to then put this filter on a label, which we're going to apply to label here. We're going to either choose an existing label, or we're going to create a new one. So once we have created our label, we also like to apply this filter to all incoming and existing conversations with this filter. So we also need to check this box right here. It's quite important for it to work. If we don't, this is not going to work. So once we have done this, also apply the filter to matching conversations. It's going to apply it to this label to current conversations and future conversations. Then we can create our filter. And here you can see it will pop up in our list here on the sidebar on the labels. And you can see here we can also change the color of it if you would like to make it more visible. But then if you click this, you can see it that now will filter all our receipts and invoices based on our requirements. Next, we also need to create our file structure in Google Drive. So you see here, I've created a file structure for in my case, I would like to save my receipts and invoices separately. So that's why I have now created two folders in finances in my Google Drive. So now lastly, go into our Make scenario. So here we are in our scenarios, and we create a new scenario, called it Autosave invoices and receipts to Google Drive. And basically we're starting here out with the Google Drive node. And we're choosing that, so you search for the Google Drive node and watch emails. We're going to watch all the incoming emails. And if you go into it, now here we need to create a connection with our Gmail. Now, depending on if you have a personal or business email, this is quite a different setup. So if you have a personal email, you need to create some credentials in the backend on your Gmail account. And Make here has made some documentation for how you can do this. I'll send this over. This is just basically showing you how you can configure your Google Cloud platform for how you to create a new project and add these and get your need client ID and your secret key for this to work together. And this is the guide for how you can do this. And I'll link this both for the Gmail setup and Google Drive setup in the description down below. Now also set up a Google connection between Make and Google. We then need to put in our requirements here. And then here we put our requirements for which emails we're going to watch. So here we are looking we're going to look for the invoices folder inside our Gmail. This is the label we created, the filter, to make it easy for us. So we then choose a simple filter, and we're going to look all emails because we already had done the filtering inside Gmail. We can then choose here for this Gmail node to look for all emails inside our invoice folder or label. We can also choose here for if you want to mark these emails as read once they have fetched the attachment or not. And once they're done, we can save those. And once that's done, we can save those requirements. And then here we have a router node. So in the router node, we set up some requirements because we want to save invoices and receipts in different folders. So what we've done here, we create a router and we can create two paths. And then here you probably pop up a little wrench icon you see here. And you want to go into this one here and set up a filter. So, and once you're in the filters, you can then set up your own filter for what it will be filtering. So in our receipts, you can see here's all the data we have available to us for looking or checking with Gmail. So what we're choosing here is that if in the subject field, it contains a receipt, both with either a non-capital and capital letter, and also the word payment in it. And so we choose the contains operator right here. Then it will go through this path. We can see that again. And also one important here, we also added, you can see here we can add more rules with clicking the add or rule. That's how you add a new rule to this filter. And same with the invoice filter, we are looking for in the subject, if it contains invoice, both non-capital and capital, it will go through this path right here. So here you're also going to be quite specific on what you would like to look for. So you can also add a and rule. If you only would like look for example, PDFs, you can then choose if you research for attachment, and in our attachment object, we're looking for the MIME type, the type of file. And then if that is a PDF, then we will go through this path. But this Depending, you can test it out, but I have found that sometimes it doesn't quite pick this up as well, but it's there if you would like to be very specific about specific file type of what you would like to save in your Google Drive. And I'm going to save this. And the last node, of course, is the upload file, the Google Drive node. So here again, we need to make the connection with Google Drive, and I'll send again this guide for how to make this connection between Make and Google. I've linked in the description down below. And also then here we select from a list in a Google Drive. I chose from my drive. And then here we then choose where we put our save. And here we then choose where we save our attachments. So we're in the finances and receipts. You can, see here, look for folders. Quite easy to set this up. And then we are mapping what the file name and data is from the Gmail. So obviously here we would like the name to be the name of the file. So we've chosen the attachments and then the file name of attachments. And then for to save the actual file data of the mail, we then choose the attachment and then data. So data is then the PDF file that is attached to the mail. So I'm going to test run it one time to see if it works. I can run once. It's working. And yeah, we got one result here, and it managed to route it through the router on the invoice path. And we found out, yeah, it saved it to Google Drive. So if I go into my finances and I go into invoices, you can see that, just recently now, we were able to save our file into our invoices folder. And then here, the last piece of the flow is that we need to go back to our scenarios, and we need to then activate this flow to always be running and always looking for these mails. So how you do this is you go into your scenarios, then you find where the scenario you just created, and then you want to turn this scenario on. So now it's active, and we'll actively look for the mails in your Gmail, and then autosave the incoming invoices and receipt to Google Drive. And that was how to make an automation about how to autosave your invoice and receipt straight to your Google Drive folders. Now, if you found this content valuable, please feel free to leave a like or subscribe for more content like this. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. Enjoy.